Tonight, Alto's high-speed rail line facing a new hurdle.
Not knowing if you're going to get expropriated within a few months or a year or two.
The Ontario government may be contemplating pulling support. A source suggesting it's connected to the federal government's failure to greenlight expansion at Toronto's Billy Bishop Airport. We are growing by leaps and bounds.
The province is giving us new population projections that they want us to plan for.
Now, a new study says the city boundary needs to change to accommodate that explosive growth. And it's the weekend we mere humans get to witness something extraordinary.
It's definitely a fun time. It's just about, being in the moment, being present, and working through every step and just keep kind of taking a step at a time.
The participants who have put in hours and hours of training for a chance to call themselves Ironmen and women, and what you need to know if you're not swimming, biking, or running, but navigating the city by car. Good evening. We begin tonight with the Alto high-speed rail project, which is once again facing headwinds. 11 Conservative Eastern Ontario MPPs coming together to issue a statement saying the project still has too many unanswered questions. The proposed Alto high-speed rail line would run from Quebec City to Toronto. The possible route has not yet been announced. CTV's Austin Lee joins us now with more on this. And Austin, it sounds like the Ford government as a whole may be pulling support.
Yeah, that's right, Patricia. A source tells CTV News Ontario is rethinking its support for the mega project after the federal government called off plans for a Billy Bishop Airport expansion in Toronto. It's a plan that is not without criticism.
The whole project seems very rushed, disorganized.
The proposed Alto high-speed rail project could one day cut right through Caroline Etter's family farms in the Navan area, something she says would be devastating.
It's been extremely stressful, not knowing. I mean, my parents invested their whole life in these properties.
Now, a source tells CTV News the Ford government is reconsidering its support for the $60 to $90 billion plan that would see high-speed trains run from Quebec City to Toronto. 11 Conservative Eastern Ontario MPPs have also issued a joint statement that reads in part, "Too many questions remain unanswered. Too many voices have been ignored." But some are wondering where this statement was months ago.
It's a bit late for me for them to be involved in this. I mean, it's still positive that they get involved. I mean, they're put it there by constituents.
The wavering of provincial support coming just days after the federal government ruled out a plan to expand Toronto's Billy Bishop Airport, an expansion Doug Ford is pushing for. Still, Canada's transportation minister says the federal and provincial governments are working well together.
The government has extraordinary cooperation on a number of very, very important economic projects with Mr. Ford's government. That will continue.
And many support high-speed rail.
We're falling so far behind on all our different projects. I would be very disappointed if it didn't go through.
It needs to be done. There's always going to be pushback, right? There's always going to be people that don't like it. But then once it's done, oh, okay, then we needed it.
But for those at risk of losing land, it's a plan that could turn their world upside down.
Not knowing if you're going to get expropriated within a few months or a year or two is extremely, it's driving some of the farmers to rethink their future.
In a statement, Alto says the project is being shaped through one of the most extensive public consultation processes in Canadian history, adding, quote, "We remain committed to listening to local concerns and feedback received through these discussions as those continue to inform project planning and development." Patricia.
All right, CTV's Austin Lee live for us tonight. Thank you. And do stay with CTV News for continuing coverage of the plans for high-speed rail, the opposition and the support. For updates on radio, tune into News Talk 580 CFRA and CTV News channel at any hour. A new study commissioned by the city says Ottawa will need to accommodate more than 257,000 new households by 2051 to keep up with the city's expected population growth. And it's recommending expanding the urban boundary to help make room. CTV's Katelyn Wilson joins us live now with more on this. Katelyn.
Yeah, Patricia, in 2020, Council voted to expand Ottawa's urban boundary by roughly 1,200 hectares, a move that sparked debate over urban sprawl and opened up land for future development. But a new study suggests that expansion may not be enough. Ottawa is growing, and according to the province, it's expected to grow faster than previously forecasted.
The province is giving us new population projections that they want us to plan for. And those numbers have climbed even higher from the last set of numbers, which was higher than what we did in our last official plan.
6 years ago, the city projected Ottawa's population would reach about 1.4 million by 2046. Now the province says it could reach nearly 1.7 million by 2051, an increase of more than 500,000 people. A new city commission study says accommodating that growth could require expanding the urban boundary by about 2,700 hectares, almost the size of Barhaven's existing built-up footprint.
It may be that we need to expand our urban boundary, but I know myself and I know a lot of colleagues are going to be keen to try to keep that as tight as possible.
The debate comes down to whether Ottawa should build up, build out, or both. Current city policy aims to direct 51% of new housing into existing neighborhoods through intensification, building up through things like apartments, condos, and duplexes. But the study says that won't be enough and will still need to build out, creating new neighborhoods. It projects many of the households driving the growth will be families looking for single and semi-detached homes.
If we went to the extreme of, all intensification and building tons of towers, well, that's not going to match what a lot of people come to Ottawa for. If that recommendation stays the way it is, it's a pretty good balance.
And for many residents, there's no easy answer.
So much land has been destroyed for housing, which, I understand people need places to live, but how far does it need to go before we don't have any green space?
Everyone needs a roof over their head. I'm sure there's many solutions, and maybe a combination of those methods would be the best solution.
And the city says no decision has been made on whether Ottawa's urban boundary will expand. It says staff are expected to report back to council with recommendations early next year following further analysis and public input. Patricia?
Big city. All right. CTV's Katelyn Wilson live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, new details tonight about the Ottawa rideshare driver charged with sexual assault. Uber now says he was working for its platform when the incident occurred, and police have released the driver's photo, believing there could be more victims. CTV's Kimberley Fowler here with the details on this. Kimberley.
Patricia, the Ottawa Police Sexual Assault and Child Abuse Unit launched its investigation on Saturday, and today police released a photo of the driver accused. 36-year-old Mohamed Laarous is charged with 1 count of sexual assault. Police say the driver was with Lyft and Uber. He has now been removed by both platforms. The investigation began on July 25th, and police believe there could be more victims. Anyone with information is asked to contact Ottawa Police. Now, Uber initially said that the incident did not happen on its platform, but today a spokesperson confirmed it did, and that the company is assisting police in their investigation. Uber also says it takes reports of this nature extremely seriously and has a dedicated team of safety agents investigating these types of incidents. Now, in a statement to CTV News, a Lyft spokesperson said the alleged behavior of the accused is unacceptable and that they are also standing by ready to assist Ottawa Police with their investigation. Patricia.
CTV's Kimberley Fowler live for us tonight. Still ahead, big contract, big expectations, but keeping it all in perspective, we join LA King Brant Clark for an off-season workout right here in his hometown. That story coming up. Here's a live look now through our Centennial Glass Skycam. It is 22 degrees out there right now. A little bit gray. We know there's a chance of showers. Jackie, on the other side of the river at the Canadian Museum of History, where Les Confins will get underway tonight. And the show must go on, mustn't it? Jackie, how's the weather looking for this evening?
That's right, Patricia. The show must go on. That's what they say here, whether it is rain or shine. The only thing that will stop this is lightning, and that is not in the forecast for this evening. That's the good news. There might be a light drizzle moving through later this evening. We'll get to that in just a bit. We did see a lot of active weather closer to the Brockville area this afternoon, but it hasn't really touched down here in Ottawa. Light rain did pass through for parts of the day. We are starting to see the sun peek out just a little bit. Right now, it is a cool 22 degrees here throughout eastern Ontario. There is a little bit of the humidity factor, but if you are planning to check out the fireworks outside, make sure to bring a light jacket. Overnight overnight temperatures, 17 degrees. Yes, we are likely going to see more chance of few showers into the, but just past midnight into tomorrow morning. Thunderstorm risk for tomorrow afternoon. 25 degrees is the anticipated daytime high. We've got northerly winds moving in, so still keeping things pretty cool as well. We'll get a closer look at your long-term forecast, your weekend forecast as well. But for now, we're going to enjoy the views here from La Grande Via, and we'll get back to you.
Well, Ottawa police are investigating after a woman pushing a child in a stroller was sexually assaulted by a man with a knife in the East End last night. It happened on a paved pathway in the area of Truro Street and Carpenter Way around 5 o'clock. Police say the victim was taken to hospital. The suspect is described as a white man in his 40s with a dark beard, wearing a black hoodie with brown shoulders and sleeves, faded jeans, and brown tennis-style shoes. Anyone who witnesses suspicious activity or has security footage from the area is asked to contact police. Ontario's police watchdog is investigating an allegation of sexual assault against an Ottawa police officer while they were on duty earlier this year. The Special Investigations Unit says it was contacted by police last Friday after receiving a complaint about an alleged assault in January. The SIU has assigned 2 investigators to the case. No other information has been released. Ontario Provincial Police say the death of a person in Augusta Township earlier this month is being investigated as a homicide. Officers responded to a home on County Road 26 near Prescott on July 8th and found a person deceased inside. No other information has been provided. Police say the death is believed to be an isolated incident. A 41-year-old Gatineau man is facing several charges after a shooting in the Hull sector yesterday morning. It happened around Rue Dollard des Ormeaux. The victim is recovering in hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The man appeared in court today to face charges, including discharging a firearm with intent and breaching a probation order. Well, the billionaire CEO of Shopify, one of Canada's richest companies and founded here in Ottawa, is facing backlash over comments he made about voting power. On the social media site X, Toby Lutka responded, "Good system," to a post proposing Canadians receive more votes based on how much income tax they pay. The proposal suggested up to 5 votes for people paying more than $500,000 in income taxes annually.
They have acted as lobbyists to, get their taxes lowered, to weaken the kind of protections that exist, say, for workers or, healthcare things. They've always done that behind the scenes. What we're seeing now is that they're coming right out in the open.
Shopify did not respond to CTV News reaching out for comment. Well, the federal government plans to spend nearly $2 billion to replace 45 of Via Rail's aging locomotives and to build a new assembly plant and maintenance facility.
This announcement is about far more than new trains. It's about building our country, supporting our workers, supporting passengers, creating good jobs, and developing expertise right here in Canada.
36 of the locomotives will be built in Canada by a Swiss-based company, the other 9 in Spain. They are expected to be the first hybrid trains in North America. The first ones are expected to enter service by 2031. The trains will replace Via Rail's fleet across the country except for the Windsor-Quebec City corridor. Well, the case has been cracked. CTV and Move 100's $15,000 Comfort Heist Grand Prize winner collecting her prize this morning.
$15,000 to spend at Lazy Boy. Way to go, Kerry Warren! Yahoo! Congratulations.
Do I get to keep this?
Move 100 listener Carrie Moran is the grand prize winner. She now has $15,000 to spend at Lazy Boy.
I feel amazing. I feel so happy and so blessed and very, very grateful. Very grateful.
She's going to be able to do like a whole room and then some, really. I mean, talk about redoing her living room, I think she talked about. So that's something that she'll be able to do, from rugs to tables and lamps and sofas and chairs, artwork. She'll be able to get the whole room redone completely.
That is awesome.
Now, this is cool. Morgan also had a friend on the line who helped her play the contest. So Lazy Boy jumped in and gave her friend $2,000 as well to spend at the store. Well, an Arn Prior man is $1 million richer. Andrew H. won the Lotto 649 prize in the Gold Ball draw on June 17th. He says he plans to put his windfall toward a vacation and home renovations. The winning ticket was purchased at Circle K on Raglan Street South in Renfrew.
A lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights getting the training in, but it's definitely worthwhile, and it's nice to, I enjoy pushing myself to see what I can do.
Thousands of athletes preparing to take on a grueling challenge. The Ironman triathlon returns to Ottawa this weekend. What you need to know. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. This is the key spot here if you're going to watch the fire sign, or you come down to the Canadian Museum of History to get the grand view just off of Parliament. But the cool thing is, for the first time this season, festival goers can utilize this NCC dock and actually reserve these Muskoka chairs. And I figure it will be available for the coming weeks, and this is the perfect place to catch the fireworks. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We are showcasing actually where the Grand Fête will be taking place, the wonderful fireworks, the Ottawa River. Current temperature is 22 degrees.
Ottawa is always on the move.
We're a big city
with a laid-back vibe,
where foodies love their sweets
and markets bursting with flavor,
wrapped up in waterways
and hot summer days.
This is a city where culture is on display.
And the future
meets the past,
where people come together.
Always proud,
often loud,
and positively the best place to live.
We move with you, Ottawa!
Taking a look at the roads on this gray Wednesday evening. For the most part, things are moving reasonably well out there at the tail end of your evening commute. Just a few slowdowns in the usual spots. Let's consider the ultimate test of endurance. And for the second year in a row, the Ironman triathlon will take over the streets of Ottawa on Sunday. And for the 3,000 athletes, including one local man, it's the culmination of hard work and dedication. Here's CTV's Leah Larocque.
Like most mornings, Nick Kerr's day starts just after dawn in the water.
A lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights getting the training in, but it's definitely worthwhile.
He is one of nearly 3,000 athletes racing the Ironman triathlon this Sunday in Ottawa.
So my typical training weeks are about 20 to 30 hours. So in the peak, I'm looking about probably like 25.
Ottawa playing host for the second year in a row.
The desire to race in Ottawa is really high. The Canadian market is really strong right now for endurance sports, and Ottawa specific.
The challenge is a demanding one. A 3.8 kilometer swim, 180 kilometer bike ride, then a complete marathon, 42.2 kilometers.
No music allowed, so it's just you and your thoughts the whole day, which tends to get a little bit dark on the run sometimes. It's just about, being in the moment, being present.
The finish line will be in Major Hills Park, and there will be several road closures beginning early Sunday, spanning across the city and into Gatineau, including major bridges.
This year we're getting our bridges open much earlier. Alexander Bridge, for instance, last year was a 4-day closure, and this year is only a single-day closure.
This is a huge event for the city. Last year, Ottawa Tourism says it generated an estimated $8 million, and this year is expected to be even more.
They are also shopping in our local businesses. They are visiting our attractions. They're still sleeping in hotels. So that's a lot of economic activity and also just vibrancy across the city. We also have athletes from 46 U.S. states and 65 countries.
For Kerr, after his swim, it's now time to lace up. And he says getting to that finish line is a team effort.
I have a great support system. I have a girlfriend at home, family that's always there supporting me, helping me sort of coordinate my busy schedule and keep the work life in balance.
Leah Larocque, CTV News.
CTV Ottawa's extended coverage of Ironman Ottawa. As Leah mentioned, there are a number of road closures to be aware of. All of them are listed on our website. You can go through them at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Well, it was an overcast day in the city with some areas seeing more rain. This is New Edinburgh Park. Cyclists and people with their dogs out enjoying being out by the Rideau River earlier this afternoon. Looks beautiful there. And it looks beautiful where Jackie is as well in Gatineau, getting set for the fireworks later this evening. Jackie.
That's right, Patricia. Just behind me, I'm seeing the sun actively trying to peek through the gray clouds. So this is a good sign for what's to come later this evening. The fireworks ready to get set off at 9 o'clock. Now, taking a look at temperature-wise, you probably want to bring a light jacket. It is 22 right now, but we got some northerly winds moving in. There is still a chance that we could see some rain moving in, but very light rain. Much of the heavier rainfall is focused closer to the Brockville-Kingston area. This is what it looks like at 9 o'clock. So in and around the Ottawa area, we could see some light rain moving through, but we are anticipating cloudy skies from 9 p.m. to just after midnight. The cloudy skies will continue into tomorrow morning. That's the good news. There might be some spotted showers in the early part of the afternoon. Even a chance that we could see a risk of thunderstorm as well, keeping a close eye on this. Meanwhile, tonight's lows across eastern Ontario, 17, 18 degrees really throughout the region. Taking a look at tomorrow's highs, about 23 here in the capital, slightly warmer when we look towards Pembroke, Bancroft and Trenton, where temperatures are hovering closer to 27, 28 degrees. We will see the humidity, feel it, I should say, feeling closer to about 31 to 32. Now, Thursday evening going into Friday, here's an early look at the forecast. We are going to anticipate more sunshine moving in. A slight chance we could see some very light, very isolated showers moving through, but for the most part, mainly sunny skies for the Friday. Right now, across the country, temperatures and conditions are really differentiating. Goose Bay, we've got risk of thunderstorms, 20 degrees, mix of sun and cloud in Fredericton. So there's a little bit of that cool down around Quebec. And here in Ottawa, where temperatures are 20 degrees. That warm up, though, is coming from the Midwest. You could already see it in Thunder Bay at 25 degrees. Toronto and Windsor sitting at 26 and sunshine. But Regina, Winnipeg is taking the cake for the hot temperatures for today. 31 in Regina, 33 and sunshine in Winnipeg. It's a cool 21 degrees in Vancouver. Now, a closer look at your 7-day forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. Again, there is still a chance that we could see thunderstorm risk for our Thursday afternoon. I'm expecting light showers, 23, so it'll be another cool day in the capital. Things will warm up for our Friday, 28 degrees. Those overnight lows, though, averaging between 17 and 18 degrees. I did promise sunshine for Friday. Not looking like it right now, but hopefully it's mainly mix of sun and cloud. By the time Saturday and Sunday roll around, we are likely going to see the return of precipitation. So the good news is I will take that chance of rain showers, Patricia, for the Friday if it means that we are going to get clear conditions for the fireworks for this evening at 9 p.m.
All right, good trade. Thank you, Jackie.
You could hear a pin drop. And as a matter of fact, the commentator said you can hear the raindrops falling on the track. It was so quiet. And as soon as I went over, the place just exploded.
Wow, the moment and the medal that ignited national pride. We catch up with Greg Joy 50 years after winning silver at the Montreal Olympics.
Tonight, a possible WestJet strike has travelers on edge.
I've paid double now, and more than double because the new flights were more expensive.
The preparations underway, the passengers paying the price, and what's next? Later on CTV National News and watch on Crave.
A Canadian is now the highest paid player in the NHL. In fact, Macklin Celebrini of the San Jose Sharks will make more per season than anyone in league history. CTV's Andrew Johnson is in Vancouver and has the details not far from where Celebrini got his start.
Macklin Celebrini will make close to $19 million U.S. per season. And he's not the first superstar to hit pay dirt after honing his skills just across the water in North Vancouver. Celebrini has signed a 5-year deal with the San Jose Sharks worth $94 million. That's not the biggest total contract in NHL history, but the highest average value per season at $18.8 million as contracts continue to rise along with the league's salary cap. It comes after Celebrini's breakout sophomore season when he finished 4th in NHL scoring. He was also the leading goal scorer at the Olympics, where Canada won silver. Celebrini grew up in North Vancouver, playing out of the North Shore Winter Club, which also produced another top young talent in Connor Bedard. The two were first overall picks in the NHL draft in back-to-back years. Bedard just signed an extension with the Chicago Blackhawks, paying him $15 million per season. For Celebrini, the future is bright. His 115 points this season with the Sharks are the third most ever by a teenager in the NHL, behind only Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky. That about says it all. Andrew Johnson, CTV News, Vancouver.
Also getting a big payday heading into next year's NHL season is Ottawa's Brandt Clarke. The 23-year-old defenseman with the Los Angeles Kings recently earned himself a new 5-year, $37 million deal after a breakout year. Despite living in the Hollywood Hills, now Clarke has returned to Ottawa this summer to spend time with family and train with well-known local trainer Tony Greco. Joining the summer workouts and skates is Clarke's older brother and Sens prospect Graham Clarke, whom he credits with helping him reach this point.
I think that's propelled me to okay, this is the standard I have to keep myself. And I don't know why my 6-year-old brain kind of thought like that. And I don't think a lot of people maybe are like that, but that's just how I was. And I think that propelled me to where I am today. In my dad's words, him put on a show, impress these guys, be like, I belong to be with you guys. So I think that's something that's carried me a long way.
Brandt Clarke grew up in Nepean, playing for the Nepean Raiders Junior Sens, and has been training with Greco during the offseason for the past 8 years. Clarke says that no matter where hockey takes him, his goal is to return home to Ottawa each summer. Well, it was a defining moment for sport and for the country. Friday will mark 50 years since Greg Joy won silver in high jump at the 1976 Olympics in Montreal. The Ottawa Olympian sat down with CTV's Peter Sperling to look back at the Canadian moment immortalized on screens for decades.
This is my Olympic medal.
A moment etched in Canada's history.
You could hear a pin drop. And as a matter of fact, the commentator said you can hear the raindrops falling on the track. It was so quiet. And as soon as I went over, the place just exploded.
50 years ago, at the 1976 Olympics in Montreal, Greg Joy was Canada's last hope for a gold medal. In an exciting contest with the country watching, he came oh so close, winning silver in high jump. Canadians celebrated like it was gold.
It's amazing that after all these years, people still talk about it.
Joy jumped 2.23 meters.
I knew that I had secured a medal. I wasn't sure of the color yet. There's one of me holding the flag at the closing ceremonies.
An emotional and memorable achievement to this day for many. Joy says his daughter was recently shown video of the entire jump, complete with sound from the stadium.
She was in tears. So even my daughter, who's grown up with this, realized the impact of the moment. So when I look at that, I say, yeah, I kind of get it.
The jump immortalized in the O Canada sign-off that aired on TV for years.
When TV came on, when TV came off, and even today, people still mention it. It was a huge honor to be a part of that.
It was Canada's first time hosting the Olympics.
The big thing was I had home field advantage. So when I was up, you could hear it in the crowd.
And this week, as Canada celebrates that anniversary, Joy will attend several events in Montreal to mark the occasion, one that inspired future generations of Canadians.
There's so many that have done that in this nation to make sport as where it is today.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Tonight's big picture, one of the world's most active volcanoes is at it again. The latest activity at the Kilauea volcano began around 7 o'clock local time last night. The eruption shot lava and ash hundreds of meters into the air on Hawaii's Big Island. The activity lasted about 7 hours, ending just after 2:30 this morning. The lava was confined to a crater and the volcano summit. Kilauea has been erupting off and on since December of 2024. Now, some other stories you need to know right now. A centre offering hospice care to the city's Francophone community in the East End is closing after 2 years. Hospice Care Ottawa says financial reasons are behind the decision to shut down Maison de l'Est by the end of October. Since opening in 2024, the centre has provided nearly 360 residents with end-of-life care. The organization says residents may be moved to its other 2 locations in Canada and Old Ottawa South. WestJet and the union representing flight attendants have agreed to a wind-down plan should a strike go ahead as soon as Sunday. 4,400 flight attendants could walk off the job as part of the strike. A key sticking point is compensation for work done on the ground, the same issue which led to a work stoppage at Air Canada last summer. WestJet says passengers with flights scheduled between tomorrow and August 4th can make a one-time change or cancellation with no fee. A new study finds a Canadian family of 4 will pay more than $21,000 for public health care this year. The study, conducted by the Fraser Institute, finds health costs have increased 2-3 times faster than the cost of food, 1.7 times as fast as the average income since 1997, and 1.5 times faster than the cost of housing. The study notes many Canadians are not aware of the cost of healthcare because the system is funded by general government revenue rather than a specific tax. Well, the Canada Food Cupboard has received a retired delivery truck, a donation as part of Purolator's Tackle Hunger program. They were among the 14 food banks that received a donated truck. The company says it will allow them to expand food collection, transportation, and distribution. In all, Purolator has now donated 33 trucks to food banks across Canada. Well, let's go back to Jackie now at the Canadian Museum of History. The fireworks just a few hours away, but there's a lot of celebration before then, Jackie.
Yes, Patricia, the gates opened at 6 o'clock. I'm not going to deter anyone. Yes, there is a light drizzle, but it is manageable, I have to say. And we are going to enjoy this evening. To tell us more, we do have Julie Moffett. You are the president of Le Grand Feu. You have the smile on your face, the sun just shining behind us, and that is what's keeping me here today, excited for opening night. Should people be excited to see for this season?
So many things. The fireworks, of course. We have amazing countries being hosted this year again. So Canada, Brazil, France, and China. Tonight, as we did last year, we have live DJs playing during the fireworks. So that's always exciting. It's just a new feeling because it feels like they're on site, right? So this is great.
I know people are anticipating there's a little bit of rain, but when you see the beauty of the fireworks, you were telling me earlier, there's something magical with that light rain moving through.
Yeah, it's just something different because of the reflection of the fireworks with the rain. It just brings it at a different level of magic. So if people want to come, bring their rain jackets and come on site, we're more than happy to have them. And we're looking at light drizzle, as you said.
Exactly. And very quickly, another addition here, you are combining the culinary experience with the firework experience. Can you just touch on that very quickly of Touch the Sky?
Yes, so taste the sky, exactly. So what we're doing is we're pairing a local chef with one of the countries, and they're building a specific menu for that. Cocktail style, very fun and eclectic. So really, really worth it.
Well, thank you so much. Again, lots to try, lots to explore and see here. So we always encourage everyone to come down early. So many activations. Thank you so much, Julie. We really appreciate it.
Thanks to you, Jackie.
Okay, thanks. And again, Patricia, the fireworks, they start at 9 o'clock. Lots of time to get down, find a wonderful spot. I'm told leave the umbrellas at home. Bring some rain gear just to manage this. But for the most part, 9 p.m., I'm still relying on this forecast. It's going to be mainly cloudy. So we just got to get through this next hour.
I am going to brave it. I'll be heading across the bridge very soon. Thanks, Jackie.
We want to make this right for you. We're going to give you a refund, and we're going to pay for your flight home.
Well, have you ever complained about a company online? Why, that could make you a target for scammers.
Pure Country 94. Ottawa's home for the best country music. Listen to Pure Country 94 on the free iHeartRadio app.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
Well, it seems there's a new scam to worry about every day, and now there's one that involves criminals checking complaints that people post online. If you post a negative review, you could be contacted by someone claiming you'll get a refund when you're actually getting scammed. Here's CTV's Pat Foran.
I was not happy. I was really upset.
Tracy Healy of Toronto was visiting British Columbia in March and had a great trip. But when she was to fly home in April, she missed her first flight. She did make it to Vancouver Airport for her connecting flight, but was not allowed to board.
So I'm sitting at the airport and I'm panicking because I need to get back home to Toronto and I have work the next day.
Healy decided to vent her frustration by contacting WestJet through social media.
I log on to Facebook and then I found the WestJet customer service Facebook group.
She says almost immediately she got messages from people claiming to be WestJet employees who wanted to help.
We want to make this right for you. We're going to give you a refund, and we're going to pay for your flight home.
Healy says she was asked for her credit card and banking information so they could give her a $3,000 refund. But instead, the money was taken out of her account.
I got scammed $3,000 from somebody claiming to be a WestJet customer service rep in Kenya.
When CTV News reached out to WestJet, a spokesperson said WestJet will never request payment or sensitive personal information through unofficial channels such as unsolicited WhatsApp messages, calls, or non-verified social media accounts.
Criminals will monitor the comment section of so many recognizable brands.
Cybersecurity experts say you should avoid posting comments online and not interact with companies through social media platforms. Only deal with them through regular channels.
Reach out to us through our published phone number and we will help you. Nothing else should be trusted.
Healy says she should have noticed some red flags, but says she was frazzled and frustrated being stuck in an airport.
I can't believe I fell for this. He caught me at a moment when I was primed for the picking.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Big tech companies have started reporting their earnings. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez has more.
Microsoft shared its numbers after the end of the trading day. A key metric for Microsoft is the amount of money it makes from its cloud service called Azure. It came in above $100 billion US for the first time. That's 43% better year over year. Another key number, how many people are using Copilot, Microsoft's AI agent? The company says it reached over 30 million paid seats. That's 10 million more than its last quarter. Meta also reported today revenue for its latest quarter was $60 billion US, but its revenue forecast disappointed analysts. Investors are concerned about how much the social media company is investing in AI and how it's going to make that money back. Meta projects spending at least $130 billion US just this year. The U.S. Federal Reserve has held the key lending rate at 3.5 to 3.75%. It's been there since January. But it wasn't a unanimous decision. Some officials are concerned about inflation, driven in part by the higher oil prices. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 71.15 US. West Texas Intermediate up over $5 to 84.69 US a barrel. Western Canadian Select is down another $3 to 62.14. And the TSX lost 415 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
The true cost of a data breach, a new report says it's becoming more expensive for Canadian companies, and detection times are also on the rise. That's coming up. Securing your data and critical infrastructure from online attacks is becoming much more costly in Canada. CTV's Scott Hurst breaks down the growing impact of data breaches and the fallout.
As technology continues to have a bigger impact in our daily lives and nearly everything these days seems to be interconnected, it can come at a cost. The average cost of a data breach in Canada has reached a record $7.11 million. The attacks are becoming larger and longer lasting, and the energy sector reported the highest average cost per breach. According to new numbers from tech giant IBM, the average breach is exposing roughly 28,500 records. That's up 8% from last year, and it took more than 200 days on average to detect and contain the impact. With so many services now interconnected, the fallout can be far and wide, all the way down to disruptions felt by us, the consumer. Energy organizations reported the highest average costs at more than $9.2 million per incident. It highlights the growing financial impact these cyber attacks can have on critical infrastructure. AI also playing a major role. It is both helping and hurting. Organizations that deployed AI in their security operations reported the cost of an average breach to be much lower and contain the impacts significantly faster. However, globally, there's been a more than 50% increase in AI-driven attacks, showing just how quickly attackers are adopting the latest technologies. Scott Hurst, CTV News, Toronto.
Order up, whether you like them hot and spicy or sticky sweet. We celebrate National Chicken Wing Day. Jackie.
Well, thanks so much, Patricia. We talked about Taste the Sky. I wanted to bring you in to this wonderful culinary experience. You have wonderful people greeting you as well as we enter in here. This is the new addition to the space here at the Grandford. Everyone should check it out, find ways to explore, and it is a recommended dish. They combined culinary delights with the theme of the fireworks each and every week. Now here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Parliament Hill is what we're looking at here this evening. Current temperature 22 degrees.
National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford. Find your adventure. We stock it. The Bronco family.
Tomorrow on Your Morning Ottawa, we introduce you to a man canoeing across Canada, hoping to inspire you to embark on your own adventure. Tune in on CTV or stream us live on Korean at 6 a.m.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Here's what's on CTV tonight. E-Talk, The Big Bang Theory, Master Chef, The Rainmaker, and The Borderline. Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
Not knowing if you're going to get expropriated within a few months or a year or two is extremely, it's driving some of the farmers to rethink their future.
Beyond the farmers, Alto high-speed rail now potentially facing a political roadblock. Sources say the province could pull support after having a proposal to expand the downtown Toronto airport rejected.
It may be that we need to expand our urban boundary, but I know myself and I know a lot of colleagues are going to be keen to try to keep that as tight as possible.
Expanding Ottawa's urban boundaries could become a future reality, why councillors suggest the city may not have a say in the matter. And Ottawa police have now released the photo of the rideshare driver charged with sexual assault from an incident on Saturday. Uber confirming the individual was in fact working for Uber when that occurred. Police are concerned there may be other victims. One final check on the forecast now. Back over the river to Gatineau and the debut of Les Grands Feux tonight, Jackie.
That's right, Patricia. The rain has stopped for now. This is the good news. It's looking promising again. More people are making their way in, trying to get the best seats as possible. Again, the fireworks taking place at 9 p.m. this evening. Mainly cloudy skies is what we are anticipating for the 9 o'clock hour. Looking to head to tomorrow, 18 degrees, a chance of showers. It will continue for most of the day. In the afternoon, there is a thunderstorm risk, but by 8 p.m. tomorrow evening, we are likely going to see clear skies. 23 degrees, the anticipated daytime high. It will warm up again on Friday, 28, with a slim chance that we could see showers moving through, isolated showers moving in for the most part, mainly sunny skies. Saturday, though, different story. We could see precipitation returning. It won't be until Monday that we will likely see a mix of sun and cloud. That is it for us here at Le Grand Feu. Again, it's opening night. This will continue for 6 weeks on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Again, my favorite time of the year. Can't wait to see the fireworks. We'll take it back to you in studio. Patricia, Kimberley.
Look forward to it, Jackie. Thank you so much. And we want to check in now to see what our news team will be working on for tonight. CTV's Kimberley Fowler is on the desk this evening.
Yeah, looking forward to those fireworks. Everybody's going to be taking a look at that. Just a reminder that the Alexander Bridge will be closed at 7:30 to vehicles and at 8:30 for pedestrians. For those who want to check out the show, they will reopen starting at 10 o'clock. We'll also take a look at the $1 million donation to Sinai Health, funding a new effort to better understand and treat menopause symptoms in Canada. Now, the study will examine if hormone therapy can help enhance quality of life and with migraine and brain fog that many women experience. And you can get the news anytime, anywhere at ctvnewsottawa.ca. And join me tonight for CTV News at 11:30.
All right, good stuff. Thank you. Finally, for us tonight, we're talking chicken wings. Whether you like them hot or mild, blue cheese or ranch, we are celebrating National Chicken Wing Day. Yes, every year on July 29th, chicken wings are hailed for the staple they have become at bars and restaurants across North America. They really have. It started being celebrated officially back in 1977 in, you can probably guess, Kimberley, Buffalo. home of the buffalo wing. It's estimated the average person eats, get this, about 290 of them every year. There's got to be a few people who don't eat chicken wings, so that's a big number. And these beauties are in here on the desk for us from the Senate, right here in the Byward Market.
Yes, are you a flats or a drumstick kind of wing person?
You know what? I don't discriminate that way so much. I can go either way. I like a lot of sauce on them usually, but I got chocolate powder all over myself yesterday with the donuts from Homie, so we've gone a little less sauce. These are the hot ones here?
Those are the hot ones there, the buffaloes. Right. These are mild, and these are the lemon pepper. These are probably one of my favorites. Lemon pepper is really
This is
great.
not food I would recommend eating either on live TV or on a date, for example.
Let's do it. Cheers.
Kind of messy, but here you go. Hopefully there's some beer over the other side of the studio.
Open.
Right. So delicate.
I felt very grateful.
Who's going to talk
These
now?
are great.
Good, yeah. These are tasty. Nice kick. Feeling it.
Yeah, and I've been to the Anchor Bar in Buffalo, the home of the chicken wings.
Yes.
It's wonderful. I love chicken wings.
Worth a trip. Have a good night, everyone.